Lil Durk indicted on federal murder-for-hire charges. Chicago rapper Lil Durk, real name Durk Derrick Banks, is facing serious federal charges in connection with a murder-for-hire plot that allegedly targeted fellow rapper Quando Rondo. A federal grand jury in the Central District of California has indicted Durk on charges of conspiracy to use interstate facilities to commit murder-for-hire, resulting in death, along with 2 weapons-related charges. The indictment suggests that the plot was an act of retaliation for the 2020 murder of Kavon, a close associate of Durk and a prominent figure in the Chicago drill music scene. This case has sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, as the details of the indictment reveal a carefully coordinated attack that, while failing to kill the intended target, resulted in the death of Quando Rondo's cousin, Saviaya Tilal Lulpab Robinson. If convicted, Durk could face life in prison. Here's a deep dive into the facts, evidence, and implications of this case. The murder-for-hire allegations. The indictment claims that in August 2022, 5 individuals affiliated with Durk's collective, Only the Family, OTF, traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles with the intent to murder Quando Rondo. Prosecutors allege that Durk orchestrated this plot in retaliation for the November 2020 killing of Kavon, who was shot and killed outside an Atlanta nightclub during a confrontation with Rondo's crew. Court documents state that Durk's alleged associates used an OTF-associated credit card to purchase plane tickets and accommodations for the trip. Upon arriving in Los Angeles, the group tracked down Quando Rondo and attempted to carry out the hit while he was at a gas station near the Beverly Center. However, Rondo survived the attack, while his cousin, Lil Pab, was shot and killed in the process. The 5 individuals named in the indictment are Kavon London Grant, Deandre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Bryan Lindsey, Asa Houston. Authorities claim that this group was working alongside other unnamed co-conspirators, suggesting that more individuals could be implicated as the investigation progresses. The FBI and federal prosecutors are particularly focused on uncovering who financed and authorized the hit, as the bounty placed on Quando Rondo's head was allegedly paid out after the attack. How the feds built their case. Federal authorities claim to have significant evidence tying Durk to the murder-for-hire scheme. Some of the key elements include: 1. Financial transactions. Investigators reportedly tracked airfare purchases, hotel bookings, and car rentals back to a credit card linked to OTF. This directly connects the suspects to Durk's organization, making it a crucial piece of evidence. 2. Surveillance footage. Authorities have obtained video footage of the shooting, identifying the individuals involved. The footage is expected to be a major component of the prosecution's case. 3. Firearms evidence. The gun used in the shooting was allegedly supplied by an OTF associate, further linking the group to Durk. Ballistics analysis and forensic evidence may play a role in the trial. 4. Informants and witnesses. One of the biggest factors in cases like this is cooperating witnesses. The indictment hints that federal prosecutors are leaning on witness testimony to establish the flow of money and who ordered the hit. In similar cases, informants have played a key role in helping prosecutors prove who financed the crime. Why this case is different from a RICO indictment. Many fans and legal analysts initially speculated that Durk's case could be part of a RICO, Racketeer-Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, indictment, similar to the Young Thug YSL case. However, this is not a gang RICO case. It is a murder-for-hire case. What's the difference? In a RICO case, prosecutors only need to prove that a defendant is part of a criminal organization and that crimes were committed by members of that organization. This makes it easier to charge high-ranking members of a gang or collective. In a murder-for-hire case, prosecutors need to directly connect Durk to the payment for the hit. This means proving that he personally financed or ordered the assassination attempt. Unlike a RICO charge, where affiliation with a gang can be enough to implicate someone, this case hinges entirely on whether authorities can prove that Durk paid for the attempted hit on Quando Rondo. What's next for Lil Durk? Following his arrest in October 2024, Durk pleaded not guilty to all charges. His legal team has maintained that there is no direct evidence linking him to the crime, and they are likely to challenge the credibility of any informants or cooperating witnesses. Key legal questions. Moving forward, can prosecutors directly connect Durk to the payment? If they lack bank records, cash transfers, or credible witness testimony, it will be difficult to convict him. 2. Will any of the 5 indicted suspects testify against him? If one of them agrees to cooperate with authorities, it could significantly strengthen the case against Durk. 3. How strong is the video evidence? While surveillance footage may show the shooters, does it prove a direct link to Durk? 4. Will Durk's past legal issues affect this case? Durk has previously faced weapons and attempted murder charges, later dismissed. Prosecutors could use past incidents to establish a pattern of criminal behavior. The bigger picture: hip-hop and federal prosecutions. Lil Durk is the latest in a growing list of high-profile rappers facing serious federal charges. Authorities have increasingly targeted rap collectives such as YSL, Young Thug, GS9, Bobby Shmurda, and 6ix9ine's Treyway, using federal statutes like RICO and conspiracy laws. Many in the hip-hop community argue that these prosecutions unfairly target black artists and use their lyrics as evidence. However, in Durk's case, the federal charges are based on financial transactions, surveillance footage, and witness testimony, not just song lyrics or affiliations. Final thoughts. As the case moves toward trial, scheduled for January 7, 2025, all eyes will be on whether federal prosecutors can conclusively prove Durk's involvement in the plot. If they cannot establish a clear money trail, or if key witnesses refuse to testify, the case against him may weaken. Regardless of the outcome, this indictment marks a pivotal moment in Durk's career. If convicted, he faces life in prison, a devastating end to one of rap's biggest success stories. If acquitted, this case will still leave a lasting impact on how federal authorities handle criminal investigations in the music industry. For now, the hip-hop world waits to see how this high-stakes legal battle unfolds.